you troubles. Don't you hide, tired of open sinners heart. Don't we ever done? Oh, yo, 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 yo. Oh, yo, 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 yo. Oh, yo, yo, yo. Hold on. Listen. We want to hear the Prime Minister. He have a lot of things. I mean, not drive back go a Spanish town until me listen. God bless you tonight. Oh, yo, yo, yo. Oh.
Them can't mark me. Me a big baller, me a no normal baller. Everybody love that? Everybody love Labour Party? So I'm going to introduce the Prime Minister. But I have to remind you about something. Because memories are short. The last time I was here, in this auditorium, I told you that the PNP candidate that was supposed to run against Action and wouldn't run. I changed his name from Shaka Fame to Shaka Shame. Remember? And I told you that he can't win a council seat and can't run for MP. And I was right. And I want to tell you that after tonight, you will be looking at a new candidate that they are going to try to find to run against Action and. Because this turnout tonight and this support for the Jamaica Labour Party is the best that I've ever seen in my 16 years as
Bigger five.
Parliament.
Yeah, the bush lad to that. And the bush lad represent the DJ Bigger Five. Bigger Five. Press play.
We are tried and proven. We have shown that we have done the work. So anybody that want to come and test, let them come test. What I can tell you, same thing that has happened for the last 5 elections and the last 2 elections in East and West Portland is going to be the same. Those are let me welcome to the platform the most incredible leader and Prime Minister that Jamaica has ever seen. And I don't afraid to say it. A man who not only has the vision, but he knows how to connect the dots. And I can tell you that Andrew Holness has my 110 support to retain the leadership and prime ministership after the next general election. Ladies and gentlemen, we cannot afford to break the chain, the work that has been done by him leading the Jamaica Labour Party government. And I want you to give him the biggest Portland round of applause to make him know that all the noise that them are made about him, God instruct us and God take us.
I am truly heartened to be in your midst this evening. I am not easily impressed. I believe I'm at the age where I can say I have seen many things and I have experienced many things. And so Nothing much scares me these days, and it really takes a lot to impress me. But you have impressed me today. First, let me compliment you on how beautiful you all look. Let me compliment you on your energy, your attentiveness, and your genuine interest in the business of your nation. You could have been elsewhere, but you chose to be here. And that says a lot.
In this election, let us vote for the Jamaica Labour Party.
Forgive me if I am businesslike tonight, but I do have some sympathy for you because you have been standing on your feet for quite some time. And I want to get through the messages very quickly. Allow me also to commend your Member of Parliament, Action Hand, and the Member of Parliament for Western Portland, Action Man. In my platform presentations to the supporters and workers of the party, I have raised the issue about the quality of representation that our elected officials give. There are some who are scared of that and probably feel it should not be raised on the platform. But when we come here, it is good that we raise the energy level with all kinds of antics. You know, you saw me there dancing. But it is also important that you leave here with a sense of purpose and a reassurance of the issues that concern you. Because I don't take it for granted that because you come here in a celebratory mood, that you don't have things that are of concern to you. And as your leader, my job is to address your concerns. And when we did our survey, we didn't do any poll. We did a very detailed research as to what are some of the issues affecting you, the people who support the political process. And what came out clearly is the need for stronger and better representation. So before we face the electorate in a general election, we are going to ensure that everyone who carries the party's banner in a constituency is meeting a high standard of representation for the people. And that representation is not just about being able to go into your pocket and say, hey. That is a part of it, because in this audience would be persons who would have asked for things and would not have received it. And that leads to a high level of frustration. But there are more people here who are not asking for things. They are not involved in the politics of gimme, gimme, or spoils. What they want to see are important things, such as improvement in the infrastructure of their community, road, water, employment, security, dealing with pradia lasting, improving wages. And what they want to hear from their representatives are constructive responses. And sometimes the greatest problem is that there is no response. Even if you can't give it, even if you can't deliver it, but at least you must have a plan. At least you must be able to articulate it. And at least you must be able to go amongst the people, hear their complaints and frustration, take their cussing sometimes, and deal with the issues that face them. At the end of the day, people are reasonable in the main. And if you deal with them reasonably, they will deal with you reasonably. And that is the government that I lead. And that is what I expect of everyone who is on this platform. To treat the people with the respect that they deserve, with the patience that they deserve, with the love and care that they deserve. The Jamaica Labour Party is about building a caring society. And I want to repeat that. The history of our country at its start was brutal to us. It didn't show us any care. And as we have gone through from slavery to emancipation to pre-independence, decolonization to independence, it has been a long struggle for all of us, a brutal struggle, to the point where some of us don't believe that government can make a difference in our lives in a real way. And as the first post-independence leader of the country, I wrestle with that notion that resides in the back of your mind, that government can and will make a difference in your life. And that's what my struggle is, to prove to you that the government, whichever government, but government can make a difference in your life. And the first step to that is to ensure that the people who you elect represent you, that they are your voice, that they are patient, that they are caring, and that they are loving. So, I'm so happy to see you all here. But I do know that behind all of that, there lies the concern. And it is important that it is addressed. Because if it is not addressed, you leave yourself open to be exploited by persons who will promise you a pie in the sky. They will exploit small grievances and turn your mind away from good government. And that is what is happening. Positive news doesn't sell. None of you is going to take up your phone and share on TikTok that the government of Jamaica spent $11 billion on the main road coming into Portland. No, nobody. You're not going to hear that. That don't make headline. That don't make headline. But that has transformed Portland. You don't hear about what we have started with the Boundbrook Urban Center, which is again going to transform Portland. Right now, we have several projects planned for housing in your parish. Don't hear about that. You don't hear about the new bypass that we plan to build, which we have already started to acquire land. That is going to be over 50 million US dollars. It's a bypass, but it is also a development road. it is going to open up a whole heap of lands that we can build low income, achievable, and affordable housing for the people of Portland. These are things I have said and announced in budget presentations and said them over and over again. But if you look at what makes its way virally to your phones and to your ears and to your eyes, is some foolishness. 90% of which is not true. And even intelligent people gobble it up and then call me and ask me if it's true. And then I say, you're so fool. You don't go to school, you're not supposed to know that it's not true. It tells me we have a problem with ignorance in the society. People not paying attention to the good things that are happening, numerous good things. But tonight I'm here to also give you a taste of what the future is going to be for your parish and for you personally. This parish is long held as the most beautiful parish in Jamaica. And I have to be careful how I talk because this parish has some gems. One of the first hotel and resort was built here, and it is now a ruin. You have natural harbors which can be developed, lush, beautiful hills. But you know what is the greatest asset you have? The most hospitable people. Friendly, peaceful, warm, welcoming. This is still the place where tourists come and walk around freely, all over. What you have here is an invaluable asset which we must develop, but with great care. We cannot allow the potential for tourism in this area to be developed without it being, first of all, community-based, meaning that you get direct benefit from tourism, not just work in a hotel or in a resort, but people must be able to come to your home and stay in one of your bedrooms. We want to develop the tourism so that it is not overcrowded and crowd you out. We want to develop the tourism so that it is sustainable, meaning it is not using up more resources than how the resources can renew themselves, or using up resources that deprive you of their use. So we have put in place, my friends, a plan to develop this parish into what is called high value, low density, low intensity tourism. What that means is that we are going to plan the development of the lands that are available very carefully. Not to take any land away from you. And if we have to take over some lands, to make sure that you are properly compensated with proper housing and land so that you can continue your business. We're not going to develop no massive high-rise that take away your view to the harbor and the ocean. We're not going to do any development that take away your access to the beaches. The development that we have planned here is about the people. And you will be primary in the development. It will mean you get a proper market. And listen to what I'm saying to you. The market is for you and for you to be able to do your business in the market. But you know something? In other countries, the market is an attraction. Yes, people come off of them cruise ship and go to the market. Yes, not just craft market, them go to the local produce market. And so we are going to build a market for Port Antonio that itself will become a tourist attraction. That's the vision and the plan we have for you. We are going to develop certain properties on the waterfront, which will include a public park that everybody can go for free. Sit down and throw a blanket and have picnic and keep party and play volleyball and football and have fun. You see what we do with Harmony Park in St. James? We're going to do it right here. So where that itself becomes another attraction. While I'm on the subject of tourism, and I still have your attention, I have been observing very closely the certain developments that are happening in the tourism industry. And you may be seeing that quite frequently there are reports of industrial action in the tourism industry. The tourism industry is 30% of what is produced in Jamaica. You see how large tourism is? It is 30% of our GDP. So of everything that this country produces, tourism is 30% of it. Tourism is our largest foreign exchange earner. And tourism is a significant contributor of revenues and taxes to the government. So effectively, you could say that tourism is the golden goose, or rather, the goose that lays the golden egg. We, as an administration, we have grown tourism. We move it from 2.53 million to now we are over 4 million visitors. And we are growing the revenues. But as tourism is growing and expanding and adjusting, the workers, they are justified in also seeking their own household and their own remuneration and their own benefits to grow in proportion with the growth and development of the industry. This administration respects the workers. We hear their plight. We understand their issues. And I have met just last Friday with some of the investors in tourism. And we had very frank conversation. And what I am pleased with is that the investors and owners and managers, they understand this point. They understand that tourism is about happiness. That's what you sell when you're in tourism. It's about happiness. And it means that the worker must be happy. in order that the visitor is happy. And when the visitor is happy, the management will be happy and the investor will be happy. It is the economy of happiness, call it that. So, Minister Bartlett has been tasked to bring the sector together, to have real dialogue about how we're going to ensure that our workers in the tourism industry, that they are happy. There are many issues there. It's not just about pay. Sometimes, in fact, most times, it is about the conditions under which they work. Sometimes it's a matter of how management talk to them. If it's one thing in Jamaica, one word that defines all of us and our relationships with each other is respect. Respect. So, as a government, we cannot allow grievances in the natural process of adjustment in a growing sector to derail the sector. And as I speak to you today, the people of East and West Portland, who are also participants in this very important industry, there are those who want to take political advantage of the grievances and are fueling industrial action for political point scoring so that they can get political power. I want you to stop and consider that those people who are behind the scenes agitating for political reasons, when they had the political power, they couldn't grow the tourism industry. They couldn't. So when they wreck the tourism industry with reckless actions, can you trust them to repair it and recover it? Don't be fooled by them. I urge all our tourism workers, my government, and me personally, we care for you. We understand the issues, and we will bring resolution to these issues in a favorable way. There are two ways to increase the size or the slice of your pie. What you get in your pocket. One is the industrial negotiation. The pie is X. How much of that you go and get? And you argue and debate it. Oftentimes, you don't have to go out and protest when there is an established process of debating how you get to what you want. But there is another way of increasing what you get in your pocket. And that is called growing the pie. The PNP only argue about how the pie share up, how the cake cut up. But they don't know how to make the pie grow bigger. They don't come to you on the platform and tell you how they are going to create an economy for Portland for which you can benefit and your life can change. They don't give you a vision for the future that shows you how you are going to be better off. They don't come to you and tell you how they're going to use the natural assets that you have to create wealth for you. They don't tell you that. All they come and do is talk about me and tell lie upon me and tell all kind of lies. But they have no plan. And the reason why they have no plan is because they don't care. What they care about is power. And they will take the easiest way to power, which is to play upon your grievances in the same way that they are playing upon the grievances in the tourism industry to create disruption, which could potentially destroy the goose that is laying the egg for all the way to survive. And when they hurt the goose, they can't resuscitate it. And then that leave you now with nothing. And that is why when I take the platform, I make sure I tell you how I'm going to treat with the grievances you have. But not only that, I tell you what the future is going to look like for you. And I tell you what I am doing now so that you can actually make it to the future to enjoy the prosperity that is promised. So my Portland friends, this administration has spent more money on the eastern end of the island than any administration put together for the last 50 years. We are dealing with the issues that matter to you. And I guarantee you that within the next 2 years, Portland is going to be a whole new parish. In the same way that we are investing in St. Thomas, we are also making the same investments here in Portland. All of you, you're going to have more employment. You're going to have better income. You're going to have better quality housing, better road, better water, better health care, and better educational opportunities. That is what we are working hard for you. It is not a snap of the fingers. You can't do everything one time. And some things you have to sequence it, meaning you have to do this before you do that. One of the first things you have to do, as the old adage says, the road to development starts with a road. And that is why we're building the road. The next thing you heard Minister Samuda tell you all the plans for water. Then I am coming to you next time with the plans for housing, because that is very important. And then we will have the development of a center for urban and economic activities. Your factories, your offices, your BPO, all of those things. And little by little, you will see your parish and your town, your community and your household transform in front of your very eyes. My friends, you are critical to this. Don't believe that you are bystanders. You stand here and I account to you. I come here and you see me on my phone, I'm reading over my speech, checking to make sure I have all the information to give you because you are the important people. I have never taken my eyes off you. My ears is always attuned to what you are saying. I hear your cries when you go to the supermarket, when you are hit by the medical bills and the price rising. I hear, and I am working with the Minister of Finance to make sure the prices slow down. Because we hear, we understand. Don't believe we don't hear, we hear. When you drop in a pothole, and after all the other lovely fabric that you call, and then you call my name, I hear it. So we have to fix the aging infrastructure and fix your roads. My eyes and my ears are attuned to you. And I extend my hand to you and I say, hold on to it and don't let it go. Let us together journey to the prosperity that the Lord our God has promised us. That is our destiny, that we have waited long for, that we have struggled through slavery and colonization. It is our destiny to be a prosperous and peaceful people. God bless you. I love you.
Thank you, party leader. Thank you, labor rights. Please stand. We have a big week and a big weekend for by-elections. And of course, Sunday coming, we know all roads will lead to the national arena. And we can expect East and West Portland to roll out in their thousands MP, Darrell Bass. Let us all stand for the singing of the anthem of the Jamaica Labour Party.
All rights and justice is our everlasting song. Unity and progress will make our nation strong. And for your rights, when you stand up for justice, hear the freedom bell. Stand up, Jamaicans, when you hear the bell. Sons and daughters, your only hope is in the bell. God will guide our progress and make our nation strong. And for your rights, when you hear the bell, and hear the freedom bell.
Hold on there. I want everybody to get back home safe tonight. Everybody who is in a bus or a vehicle, make sure the driver drive safe. But most importantly, enjoy the after party because the vibes are done yet. The vibes just a start. Help the vendors, support the vendors, and live some life. God bless you. Love you and thank you for everything. You are why I'm here. God bless you.
Jamaica, let us vote for a better Jamaica. In this election, let us vote for the Jamaica Labour Party.
Run some music, man.
Grab your
We done with that already. Run some good music. Run some music, big up five. I'm here for fire you. Run some good music, man, where the people don't want to hear. Them don't have vote